Is there a life after COVID? This week, Boris Johnson has just announced the roadmap out of the lockdown, which is good news. And everyone's saying how good news it is, that the virus is in decline, that the vaccines have gone up, and Boris is promising a long road to freedom. It's going to be freedom in stages, beginning with the schools going back next week on March the 8th. And then at roughly 1 month intervals, there's going to be a loosening up until by June the 21st, there will be hopefully the end of the lockdown. Good news, but will it happen? There's certainly some caveats, and Boris Johnson and the scientists have said they need 4 weeks to assess each stage of the lockdown, with another week to give notice of the next. He said that the vaccines may not be 100% effective. There may be new mutant strains coming in, which might not cause them to work. And it might spread, the disease might spread as we are loosened up. And also that the fact that some people are refusing to take it may lead to a substantial minority who will not have sufficient protection. And those people who don't take it are going to be the objects of some hostility from people who do take it, because they may be said to be stopping the way towards the end of the vaccine, end of the lockdown. And there's going to be a lot of pressure on people to accept it for the common good. And even the Queen has spoken today saying, think about others rather than yourselves. She made a passionate plea over vaccine take-up. As she said, the jab didn't hurt at all, and suggests that those who are refusing to take it are selfish. So you can expect that this is going to be something which will be a lot of pressure on people who don't want to take it. And it's an argument which is used by certain Christians as well. I mentioned last time I gave one of these talks, Dr. Wyatt, who's a Christian doctor, who says it's your duty to take the vaccine to show love to your neighbour and to avoid passing on the virus and to help society to exit from the lockdown. On the other hand, I get lots of emails and lots of messages on the internet telling us, don't take the vaccine. It's going to damage your health. It's going to lead to the 666 society. And it's kind of a conspiracy to cull the world population at the most extreme end of the conspiracy idea. And some of the conspiracy stories are way over the top. Some of them have some ground to them. And for those who resist the vaccine, yes, they will be protected by the Nuremberg Code, in so much the vaccines cannot be literally forced on any individual, but the social pressures brought about from exclusion, denial of privileges, and possible loss of education, income, and insurance will be enough to erode the will of the majority of resistors. Once everyone has been herded into obtaining the digital immunity passports, be much easier, make it that much easier to then facilitate the ultimate end goal. Revelation 13, verse 16, the second beast required all people, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their forehead, so that no one could buy or sell unless he had the mark, the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is a call for wisdom. Let the one who has insight calculate the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man, and that number is 666. So, question is, are we on the road to that? Is what is happening now part of the process which is pushing the world in that direction? I'd be pretty much in agreement with what I just read to you from the Rima Marketing. I don't think the vaccine is the mark of the beast. Therefore, it's not forbidden to take it. Some people may have valid objections, especially if they see it is actually one of the signposts to the mark of the beast. They may also be concerned about the side effects, but others may decide it's better to take it than to get the virus and to risk spreading it to others. Also, in the event of a COVID pass coming in, you may not be able to enter into normal society unless you have it, which is going to be a big issue because it could affect even coming to church. You could say you've got to have a COVID pass to get in, go on the tube, go on the trains, anything. So you have this issue which is before us. And actually, I don't want to make a ruling on whether people should take it or not. It's actually up to you. You've got to make that decision. I have to say that I did actually have the vaccine. You might think that's a terrible compromise. I don't want to get the virus. I don't want to pass it on to others. But I'm also aware that it is moving in a perilous direction. And I debated backwards and forwards on this issue for a long time before I actually agreed to take it. And I'm still not sure whether I did the right thing, but anyway, I have taken it, so that's it. But the fact is that we are going to face this issue, and we have to make a decision on it. One of the problems which I can see also from a sort of pastoral point of view in the church is it becomes then a very divisive thing, that you have the people who are for and people against, and then they fall out with each other, and it becomes an issue to divide Christians. I think we have to seek to avoid that and to realize that this is something which is a decision between us and the Lord. And I don't believe that it's taking the mark of the beast, so it's not something you're going to lose your salvation with, but it is a movement on that direction. Now, having said that, there are a lot of things which you do generally without thinking about it that are pushing us towards the mark of the beast. One of them using a credit card or a debit card. Think about that. You're using a card which has a number on it, which connects to you and to a computer, and which you use to buy and sell, which is then, if you extend that, that moves towards the system of Revelation 13. So there are things which we're doing every day. I mean, the whole computerized internet society, everything, Wi-Fi and mobile phones, all this stuff is pushing us towards this technical society, which in the end we have to make a choice on how we're going to live in it.